Hi, so we're going to go through your chemistry mock paper. So I'm going to talk you through and show you how you should be approaching these questions and how you could have got the marks with some model answers. So the first question had the classic experiment of burning magnesium in a crucible reacting with oxygen. So most of you will have done this experiment this year and possibly lower down school too. So they give you detail of the method. I won't go through that because I presume you know it. And then we've got our data here. So we've got the mass of the crucible and the lid, we've got the mass of the crucible lid and the magnesium ribbon, and we've got the mass at the end of the experiment. So let's have a look what they want to work out. They have asked you to calculate the percentage by mass of magnesium in the product. So you first need to determine the mass of the magnesium and the mass of the product. So you need to use the data they gave you to calculate how much magnesium there was. So that's going to be what was in the crucible at the start of the experiment. So we take the mass of the crucible lid and ribbon, and we take away the mass of the crucible lid, just to get the mass of the ribbon. You then had to work out the mass of the product. Similar method, we're going to take mass of the product at the end with the crucible lid minus the crucible lid. So you should have got 0.18 and 0.29. That was worth 1 mark, okay? A lot of you thought you should have got 2 marks, 1 for each one. That'd be mean, 1 mark. You've then got to work out the percentage of magnesium inside that product. So there are 0.8 grams of magnesium. You've made 0.29 grams of product. So 0.18 divided by 0.29 times 100 to get a percentage should give you 62.1%. In the mark scheme, they were keen to have it as a decimal percentage. So they didn't want you rounding it too much. You were then asked to explain why the reaction appears to involve a change in mass. So this is making you think about conservation of mass. So the rule of conservation of mass is the mass of the reactant should equal the mass of the products. What's happened in this experiment is we've not measured the mass of the oxygen at the beginning. So oxygen from the air reacts with the magnesium. This wasn't initially weighed, so it adds to the mass. So next part asks you, what one improvement could the student make to obtain more accurate results? So ideally, to make sure the experiment has completely finished, you would heat the crucible, lid and products until the mass is constant. Okay, so you'd wait, let it cool down, take the mass and then heat it again, and you're checking that the mass isn't continually decreasing. Because if you're getting a constant mass, that means the reaction is complete. The student repeated the investigation. They used the same lid, crucible and same mass of magnesium. The student did not lift the crucible lid during the heating. The student obtained a much lower value for the mass of crucible lid and product in the second investigation. Suggest one reason why. Well, what they've done by not taking that lid off is they've kept it a closed system and they've limited the amount of oxygen. So there's limited supply of oxygen. Now, with this question, they would not allow you to say air. Air is too vague. Air has got lots of things in it, and it is only the oxygen in the air that is reacting. Okay, that's question 1.